I've had a look at your website, and it's certainly a very interesting website. It looks like you've got a very lovely restaurant. I haven't been there. I'd have liked to have gone there.
You can always come there.
Right, OK. Maybe after this interview you'll feel differently. However, I don't know how honest a person you actually are, because the business has been going a year or thereabouts, and you're pretty happy with yourself.
Yeah, very happy.
Very happy with yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. And why are you so happy with yourself?
Well, we made a good profit in the first year. We made a success of the business.
What's a good profit?
Well, we made 4.5% of our turnover. So
what does that mean exactly, 4.5% of your turnover?
4.5% of our turnover, it was profit, bottom line profit at the end of the day.
Bottom line profit?
Yes, profit.
Bottom line.
Pre-tax profit,
Yeah.
4.5%.
Well, you say you've written here 4.5% gross profit. I just wonder whether you know the difference between profit, gross profit, net profit, after-tax profit.
Oh, yeah, of course I know the difference. We made 4.5% net profit. So
it's not gross profit?
No, it wasn't, but that was an estimate because I hadn't actually got the first year.
Well, yeah, but gross profit is entirely different from net profit. You're talking nonsense.
Oh.
No, you're talking nonsense, aren't you? Also, I've had a look at the accounts for that particular period, and you're very surprised, are you?
Have you got my business accounts there?
I do.
How did you get hold of them?
It's a public document.
Oh, OK.
So, first of all, you don't have 4.5% gross profit.
Oh.
And also, you talk about a turnover of £8,000 per week. Do you know what turnover is?
Yeah, the amount of money that we make, the amount of money we turn over. Was it the amount of money that we take?
Yeah, sales perhaps?
Sales, yes.
Right. Your accounts don't show 400,000 turnover.
OK, we turn over about, what, 370? Was it?
Well, I'm not playing a guessing game. If you don't know your turnover, that's a pretty sad indictment, isn't it, of your business?
Morning, congratulations.
Good morning.
Slightly
Thank you very
lucky.
much.
You weren't exactly sort of punching the air going, yes, it was...
Yeah, no, I'm not. The thing is you're so tense, and you're on tenterhooks. You don't know what's going to happen, and then when he tells you, it's just such a shock. You know, you can't take it in, and yeah, it was amazing moment.
Did you honestly expect it? We were just saying, I watched the last programme, and just based on that performance alone, I thought Kate had nailed it.
You know, up against the picture of The Apprentice of the last 5 series, you know, she's the best picture I've ever seen, without a doubt. And so, yeah, you really don't know. You really don't know.
Actually, you did very well. For somebody who thought she wasn't very good at pitching, in the last episode you were
I'd never done a pitch in my life, ever. So, yeah, I was
But you had episodes earlier where I thought you were going to come a cropper, especially over the cedarwood sandalwood episode, where you spent £700 when you meant to spend about £4.50.
Yeah, that was definitely my worst moment of the entire 12 weeks. It was seeing Nick come in and say what he said, and I'll leave it with you girls, and then Paula, she's an amazing girl. I love her dearly, and to have let her down in that way was horrible.
Do you think you should have gone in that episode rather than her?
No, unfortunately not, because I just won.
now.
Yeah, I just won the catering task and I smashed it, and I think he took that into consideration. And Ben just talked himself into getting fired almost in that boardroom. He just wound himself up and wound Savannah up, and I think. So, unfortunately, I think he made the right decision. But if had Paula stayed and had myself and Ben and Paula not made that mistake, she would have gone right to the top, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah. So
speaking of that episode when you did do very well, as chef, of course, you weren't scared of taking command of situations, so let's just see you during that task in the kitchen.